Welcome to Super Entrepreneurs Podcast. Today we have with us Jay Noland. How are you, Jay?
I'm doing phenomenal. Good to be with you. Good to be with you.
Oh, man, so excited. So super grateful that you made the time to come on this show.
Yes, it's amazing what happens with the social media and all the different platforms and how it brings all these incredible and unique and eclectic minds together. And so I'm excited to be here with you, man. I tell you what, it's awesome.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same here. It's awesome. I love the platforms because, how else can you know if you click with someone or you can resonate with someone? But once you kind of meet with someone on some of these social media platforms, depending on how engaging it is, you find people that you just have to meet. You just have to interview, and you are one of them. So
I appreciate it. We're traveling, and I'm at one of my staff members' homes, on the road. And so, what I love about the internet is no matter where you're at, you can just dial right in and you can just have, great conversations like we're about to have now.
Yeah, it's so incredible. Thank God for internet.
Yes, absolutely.
That's great. So kind of many people know you. You're a famous name and everything, but I just want you to kind of, in your own words, introduce yourself, what you do, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm from a small town in Kentucky. I was born on a hog farm. For those of you that don't know what a hog is, that's a pig. And so, I'm a country boy at heart. I'm 53 years old now, but, I tell people, I put on the suits and, and all the business stuff that goes on. I said, but man, I'm just a country boy. I'd rather be out with a pole in my hand out on the lake and, and fishing and hunting. But I grew up, born in 1968, a month after Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. I was born in the South in Kentucky. So I grew up in a lot of racial tension and strife in the South. And what I loved about it is my grandparents really, they just kind of like incubated and tried to do their best to surround me with as much positivity as possible. And my dad put a lot of time, effort, and energy into, he had a dream for me to become a professional baseball player. And so he'd always have me at batting cages and doing things on the side while we were not working out on the farm. And he and my mom, they got divorced when I was 9. He moved to Florida. And so I ended up finishing my last few years of high school in Florida with my dad, to where I got a lot of exposure with baseball, went to college on a scholarship, then got drafted by the San Diego Padres back in 1988. And played 4 years with the Padres, one with the Colorado Rockies and one with the Seattle Mariners back in 1995. Actually, my road roommate at the time was Alex Rodriguez, about to play next to Ken Griffey Jr. And then I blow my elbow out, Shahid. And I was just like, I know what I was going to do. So that's what pushed me into business.
Okay. Well, it's good it pushed you in business, nothing else, right?
Yes.
So tell me more about the business you're involved with.
Well, when I got out of baseball, I had 1 year rehab. They said you probably will never be able to play again. It was a pretty serious injury. And they said it'd be at least 1 year to rehab. So I was panicking because I'm like, well, how am I going to make money? My dream is just, down the drain, it seemed like. So I started studying marketing and international business, and that became like a dream for me to be able to do business on an international scale. So I started in direct sales back in 1995, and I started really learning how to grow personally first. I think a lot of people, when they get in business, they want to focus more on the business first and not the personal growth first. You got to do both and really put a big emphasis on personal growth, because the stronger you are personally, that increases your chances of being able to get profitable in business. Because most businesses, they crash within the first 3 to 5 years. And they crash primarily not because of the business acumen, it's because of the intestinal fortitude. It's the emotional and the mental fortitude. So I spent my first 2 or 3 years really going to every single high-level seminar I could go to get strong personally. And then after about 4 years, it really started taking off for me. And then I expanded, from direct sales into the mortgage banking and brokerage business, real estate investing. And then from there, I started getting into media, and now I own a large multimedia company. We have a 5,000 square foot facility in Las Vegas, Nevada, largest green screen in all of Las Vegas. Everything we do now from our coaching business, I should say our mentoring business, all the way to our nutritional products that we deliver around the world, is all fueled by our media platforms and us being able to, get the message out there using multimedia.
Mm-hmm. And you said such an important part is that working on both sides, on the business and yourself.
Yeah.
Do you agree that for the primary step should be taken on internal work first before even, yeah.
You know what's amazing, Shahid, is that I had a gentleman that was working for me as a CFO, Chief Financial Officer. And he told me all the money he had spent in college. And he said, it would have been better for me if I would have just came in and paid you all the money for 4 to 5 years, and you not pay me, but me pay you to teach me to be who I am now, or to at least get up underneath the mentorship for about 4 or 5 years. He goes, that way I'd be a lot further off. So yes, I really believe that it's important that you get real life skills, but the most real life skills a person can get that I found, it's the same thing in professional sports. You got to be strong mentally. If you're not strong mentally and emotionally, because those are two different things that most people are not aware of, if you're not, you're going to crash, you're going to burn. There's no way around it. So our philosophy, and I've had this for going on 26 years that I've been in business. If you build a strong person first, they can sell any product. They can build any business. Just build a strong person first. That's my philosophy.
It's so true. I couldn't agree more. I didn't know before. I'm very late into working on myself. I should have done it many years ago. I just didn't know, right? I didn't know that, mentorship, coach. I didn't know these things growing up. But if I did, it would be so different. Right now, there's people like you, people like we're available. People can go and just pay and get that skills and learn and save time and money, because it's really, you're saving a lot of money when you get help and fix yourself and work on yourself before taking the steps into business. Such a big game changer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So So what do you do exactly for the personal development, the coaching you mentioned? Like,
well, I have a whole platform for mentorship. It's called jaynolandmastery.com, JAYNOLAND mastery.com. And that hosts a lot of my personal growth products. So I've got like Motivate XP. So Motive 8, I found there's 8 motives that if you master these 8 motives, you will have unlimited motivation. So this is 20 plus years of me, being able to train. I think that they said over 1 million people globally now. So I've personally trained and done seminars in 20 countries. I've done business in 90 countries around the world. And I met a lot of people, a lot of languages, same everywhere I went. I did a training one time in Salzburg, Austria, and there was 13 different languages at the training. So everybody came in and we asked what their language was. They were handed a headset. We had 13 different booths set up.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, the number one thing is the person that's doing the training has got to believe in their soul that what they're talking about is going to provide value and is going to make an impact. And so no matter what language you speak in, if you got the passion and if you got the drive and people can feel that, I mean, we had people standing up on chairs, screaming in 13 different languages, going nuts because of the passion and the conviction that I believe in building strong people first. So if you go to jaynolandmastery.com, you got Motivate, you got Confidence Base Camp, you got Confidential 365. I've got a book out called, Quotes to Make You Better, 365 Quotes to Make You Better. And then I attached 365 Confidential to that, to where there is a little small subscription to where a person can go, each one of those quotes that they read in the book, I take about 10 minutes or more and I break each quote down to be able to give you a breakthrough. What each quote is, Shahid, is me coaching me. So when I wake up every day, I don't know what it is. I coach myself. I wake up and boom, I start coaching myself. And then I would just come up with quotes about me coaching myself. Like, for example, I'd say, I'll give you one example. Trying to concentrate, trying to make residual income while working a job is like trying to concentrate when you have to pee. You can't. Where do we go with that? Where do we go with that?
I don't know. There's going to be a lot more of that, I guess, right?
Right? Think about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trying to make residual income while exchanging time for money.
Yes.
You know, that's like trying to concentrate when you really got to pee. You just can't. And so I'll say stuff like that to myself.
Yeah.
To coach to others, and then I'll go in on that with 365 Confidential and break down, here's how you got to be thinking about making residual income, because you can't get free without residual income. So I've got that. I've got an entire tones platform, because I've taken 20 plus years and I've said, okay, you can do what's called a bull rush. That's Think and Grow Rich. So I mastered thinking. I'm bold enough now to say that I've mastered Think and Grow Rich. So much so, I'm one of like 3 people in the world that wrote a foreword and a Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich book endorsed by the Napoleon Hill Foundation. It's only about 3 people's ever happened. And so I negotiated that deal. I closed that deal. I used everything that Napoleon Hill teaches to get that deal closed, to even where people like Don Green, which is the director of the Napoleon Hill Foundation, was like, man, do you know what you're using on me? And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm using it on you.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got these incredible tools.
Yes.
Like that. And so what I've done is I said, well, we can take the bull rush approach, or when I began to study how the brain works and brainwave activity and what happens with your subconscious from ages 0 to 7, I found out that you can help reprogram yourself with a set of headphones.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar, if any of the audience is familiar with brainwave entrainment. Brainwave entrainment utilizing binaural beats, utilizing solfeggio tones, utilizing isochronic tones.
This is for subconscious mind, right?
Yeah, man. Because, you know, Aristotle said, the great philosopher said, give me a child until they are 7.
7.
I will show you the adult.
Yes.
Why do we think
so
he's
powerful?
You know, because of how we get influenced from 0 to 7 determines our makeup for the rest of our life.
Yes.
So if you ask most people, have you ever been through any type of trauma? People are like, yeah. Did you ever resolve that? No. 98% of the people never resolved their childhood trauma or what happened to them with the influence. So if you have people that weren't successful, whether it's mom or dad, grandparents, no matter how well-wishing they are, if they were not successful, they programmed you not to be successful. So what you can do is there are brainwave states that are success tones. So every morning when I wake up, I woke up this morning, for example. As soon as I wake up, I put my headphones on, and then I'll put on tones that we have made. So, for example, this morning, we got some pretty big stuff going on.
And this is subscription, like people can sign up and listen to.
ConfidenceTones.com, www.confidencetones.com.
Okay, good.
If you go over there, that's my platform. Now we're building out an app for that. But I woke up this morning because I needed.
Let's hear it.
Go to another level. So I got some big stuff I'm working on that we need a breakthrough on.
Awesome.
So I have what's called time to breakthrough tone. And it's got isochronics attached to it. Now you're not gonna hear this good, but I put my headsets on with this.
Okay.
Now what you hear is music, raindrops, but if you listen real carefully, there's theta tones working in there. You hear the little?
Yeah.
Okay, so that theta tone, That's coded to get your brain in breakthrough mode. So my whole expectancy today is for like breakthroughs. But I spent 10 minutes, all you need is about 10 minutes, once or twice a day on what you really want to help with. Now I do stuff for maintenance, because now it's kind of like me picking off ingredients on the shelf. Mm-hmm. Most people need to do our foundation tones, which is they need to go deal with their trauma and they need to deal with emotional setbacks and all that stuff. So I've got one of our main core tones called foundations. It's 21 days, 11 minutes, once to twice a day. And you should have removed that emotional trauma, which will let you break through. Mm-hmm. And most people go, is that for real? I'm like, yeah, we guarantee it. Wow. Or else we give people their money back. We just guarantee it. So now we got, I mean, if you're on some of our rooms on Clubhouse or whatnot, you're hearing testimonials going like crazy, going, man, I put on those confidence tones and this was holding me back and now it's not. And I needed this to happen and all of a sudden it happened, because we attract into our life how our subconscious mind is.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that law of attraction.
Yeah.
How did it serve you?
Well, it's whoever you are is what you're going to attract.
Yeah.
Who you are, 95% is your subconscious mind.
Yes.
Actually, 97% who you are is your subconscious mind.
96 to 98% they say is subconscious, and then 2 to 4 is conscious.
So I'll take the average, 96 to 97. There we go. We're working together here. We got a team going.
We're right there, you know.
We got some good teamwork going on.
Yeah, but it's so incredible, you know, Jay. Like I have never even knew. I wish I knew this in my 20s, but it's just so phenomenal that everything that we do is controlled somewhere that we can change with some good direction and good knowledge, good information, good practices that we could change to change our results. It's right there, right in the mirror. And it just hurts to see like majority of people kind of in that struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what, you know, it's going to happen. You know, the scriptures even say you will always have the poor among you. You will always have those that are, you know, are down and trodden. That will always happen. Uh-huh. Our goal is to reduce that as much as possible, is to activate, you know, we have what's called the 1%ers only club, which is to activate at least 1% of the population. If we can, that's about 80 million people. Uh-huh. If we activate just 1%,
that's huge.
You're activating 80 million people.
But it has a ripple effect.
Ripple effect, man.
From there, yeah.
If I just get people to listen to what I'm saying today, this show that you've got is such a phenomenal show you got. Thank everybody. You. I'm applauding what he's doing here because he's bringing to everyone's attention the most critical things that you need to know about.
Yes.
When you have somebody here encouraging you to spend time dealing with the foundation, if you don't have your subconscious mind straight, you're done. Everybody's talking about thought leadership. I only want to talk about subconscious thought leadership.
Yeah, so true.
Right?
So
because
true.
3% of your makeup of your brain is conscious.
Yeah.
97 approximately is subconscious. You better get your subconscious going right. Did you know that your entire immune system is operated by your subconscious mind?
It's so incredible, man.
Now, the human body is proven scientifically is supposed to live to 120 years of age. So scientifically, even biblically, in Genesis chapter 6, it says that you're supposed to live to 120 age. So why are most people dying around 70, 75?
And why were they dying in the 20s? They were dying at 40, right? So we're going higher to that.
We're getting higher. Guess why we're getting higher? Knowledge is increasing.
Yes.
So now people are getting back to, I can go. If I was programmed, I can get reprogrammed.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And they work on the symptoms, right? Like we're all focusing thought leadership, symptom. Like it's not, let's look at the cause. Go to the cause. Go to the subconscious. Go to the doing part of your being. Go to the part that's actually controlling what you're doing, what you're feeling, what you're saying, how you're behaving. Go to that part.
Yeah. Like when I play ball, man, when I have to hit a 95-mile-an-hour baseball, you got 0.3 of a second to swing.
Wait. You still play?
No, when I do.
Okay.
I still can go
I
hit.
feel bad, like I'm doing any sports.
53 years old,
Yeah.
and if I go down to the batting cages, I go in, and
Oh, yeah?
all the
That's
young
awesome.
guys are still down there. They're like,
Yeah.
damn, they get the major league machines that are throwing 90 plus.
Yeah.
Very few people get in those machines. I still go in there, and it's like, pow. Why?
Awesome.
It's subconscious.
Yes. So powerful, Jay. Like this is just. Is so incredible, and then you always hear that there are naysayers, right? I just don't understand why and how they could make this, like they make it sound like woo and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't understand.
Ask me how much time I spend thinking about naysayers.
None, not here, none. Yeah.
How much money do I make on those? None.
So let's not talk about it.
Well, somebody start talking like,
I don't hear you. La.
I put a little tone in my ear.
Yeah. So you told me one book that's your favorite. Can you tell me 3 in total? What are your top 3?
Man, I love Think and Grow Rich. Of course, I just think everybody has to understand, where did Think and Grow Rich come from? It comes from the law of success.
Yeah.
So I would read Law of Success after you read Think and Grow Rich, and you're going to find that Think and Grow Rich is the condensed version.
Yes.
The expanded version is the Law of Success. There goes 2. And then I would read Relentless.
Relentless.
Tim Grover. He's Michael Jordan's trainer.
Okay, sick. That's amazing.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's trainer.
Amazing. So the Law of Success, is that available anywhere? Because I try. Yeah, okay. Because there's some guys.
I'll put a link up on Jay Noland Mastery where people can go get it. You just remind, because people need to be able to go get it. I'll put a link up. Okay,
awesome. That'd be great. And then what are your future plans now? Where are you looking at your next 5 years? What are your plans?
My number one is just expand our media capabilities. Because we can do a Hollywood movie. We have that potential, so we're going to do one.
Maybe sick.
So we're going to do some documentaries. They're going to do one they're doing one on my life. They're working on it now. But there's some other incredible individuals that are unbelievable, that the world really doesn't know about, that I've got to meet during this journey, that have impacted so many people. So I'm probably going to roll out in the next 3 years at least 3 documentaries, including the one on my life, and because I want my son to be able to really, know all these things and all this different craziness that I had to go through to know what I know. It's kind of like what I want to build for my son. If you watch the first Superman movie, you remember, and when he went and found out who he was. Clark Kent went and found out who he was. He put those crystals down.
Yes.
I just envision my son being able like that, put some crystals down, and I come up and he say, "Dad, I want to know about this," and just put a crystal down.
Wow.
And then pop up, I want to create. I'm thinking of how do I create something like that, and I've got my staff really working on that.
So will that include like something on Netflix as well and those other platforms?
Yeah, right. As a matter of fact, we're working on distribution right now with Amazon Prime with a Clubhouse documentary. I'm doing that in collaboration with Mo Rock from the Los Angeles.
I know Mo. Yeah.
So he and I are co-doing that. The CEO of the Los Angeles Tribune and our company MYB Publishing and Production. So we want to do that. It's just a lot of great things that we can do with Netflix. People really didn't get Netflix at first. They were still running down to Blockbuster. And then look what happened.
Look what happened.
What if Blockbuster would have had the vision of a Netflix?
They didn't.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it would have been amazing.
So right now, think about things that if you're watching this, what is it that you're doing to make sure you stay on the cutting edge? I believe like people plug it into your podcast keeps them on the cutting edge. Mm-hmm. All these great podcasts out there, people need to stay plugged in so you don't become like a Blockbuster. because anything that's cutting, you'll be able to come on here, because I guarantee you I've said things today that most people didn't know about, but you're going to have another guest come on. And then if you just it's like a little mastermind that you put together with these phenomenal podcast platforms like yours.
Thank you. And that's what it's all about, really. It's about serving, right?
Yes.
Because if you're only focused on actually giving and serving humanity and people, you find doors just simply open and you get opportunities show up. Like even for me, like coming into your clubhouse and hearing you speak and connecting with you, like it was all a reason for that. Like who knows, like I'm feeling really amazing talking to you. Like you have a really good energy about you, spirit about you, your higher side of yourself. You're out there making a change for people.
Yep.
So whatever you're getting into your life, you deserve it hands down, right? So, and that's what it's all about. When we go out there and we're doing these kind of things, we're trying to bring awareness. Money, success, finance, they are just a default of what's happening, what we're doing. So I want to applaud you for all the good things that you do.
Yeah, my life is, I'm full all over. And I'm like, my heart is full. If I died today, I would feel like I maxed out what I could up until this point.
Beautiful. And
that's how I want to die. I want to die in an all-out state. You know, like I got a part of my life now, never thought it would be. Like I have a whole civil rights and civil liberties part of me that's come in. You know, we've been tackling these crazy issues with things that are not right, civil rights and civil liberties wise here in the USA, and we're doing it globally. I've got a social responsibility side to me. I own an orphanage school in Kenya, Africa. Up to 370 kids we take care of every single month. I got a partner over there right now, Dr. Amos Abuga. He's on the ground. As a matter of fact, he sent me this cool picture this morning. He gives me updates because, you know, when people anytime they buy our products and services, we take a portion and we put towards the school.
Beautiful. Amazing.
And Dr. Amos, he sent me this morning. You can kind
of. This way, to the right a little bit. Yeah, there you go. I see.
Okay, so that's a cornfield we planted so that we can be able to help sustain taking care of the kids.
Feels
we're
amazing.
Planting banana trees, we're planting corn, and we're getting the orphans out that they're helping do this, and we're teaching them those life skills. We've got 8 full-time school teachers. We built our own well. But I get those kind of updates all the time going, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that.
Awesome.
So I've got a civil rights, I got a social. You know, a philanthropist. I want to be maxed. I got a spiritual side where I study the original languages. You know, English is the newest language in the world. So I study the earliest ancient languages. I own artifacts that are some of the oldest in the world. And I sit down and understand ancient Paleo, Hebrew, Aramaic, Greek, you know, so.
Wow.
I'm maxing, bro.
That's amazing, Jay. I love it. I
challenge everybody to go max.
Yeah, you must. Amazing. That's words of wisdom.
Go max.
Go max.
Hey, worst thing's gonna happen is it's gonna work out.
That's a good chance.
I tell people all the time, I say your worst case scenarios is gonna work out.
Is it your slogan? Go max.
That just came to me.
I know that might be your slogan.
Yeah, go max. Don't y'all
go max. I gotta go. Make the t-shirt. Make the t-shirt. I love it.
Hear that?
Awesome, Jay. It's been amazing. So I want to ask you this question: what's something people seem to misunderstand about you?
I think because I have built myself into a strong person that, you know, a lot of times people want to tear down the people that are strong. But, you know, I'm a real dude. I got feelings, you know, I feel, I hurt, I cry at times, you know, I got all that. I just have learned that won't lead to success if I stay in the mud, if I stay down, you know. One of my good friends, Edward Edibiri, he's the chief happiness officer. He has this happiness project. He says, you're not going to be happy all the time, he says, but don't let it last. Don't be down any longer than 3 minutes.
I heard him on Clubhouse, I think.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah,
We're helping him build out a platform with our company.
Yeah, good.
So he has he went and interviewed 1,000 people about being happy, and he figured out how to do it. How to teach a skill. So we have a course we're building for him on the skill of how to be happy.
Beautiful. Amazing.
So for me, it's just, man, hey, I know I come off strong. I am strong. I'm living strong. But at the same time, I got the heart the size of the world. I do anything. I'm the most loyal person that I know. That I'm competitive about that. I think everybody should say the same thing. You know, I think everybody should say I'm the most loyal person I know.
Yeah.
Just imagine if everybody was the most loyal person.
That's a very good quality.
Yeah.
Being loyal is extremely, extremely important. And that's amazing. That's amazing. So we always also like to ask our guests what their inner superpower is that got them to this point.
Relentless.
Relentless. Beautiful.
This is what that book says, Tim Grover. Relentless. You know, I'll tell you a quick story, man. You know, we got to end on this, and I don't know what kind of note this is, but in 1993, I was suicidal.
Oh.
I was really struggling emotionally. I was going through some real tough emotional times. You know, most people don't know, my dad shot himself when I was 7, and he lived through it, but I was close by.
You saw it.
I was close by.
You saw it like you were there?
I didn't see it, but I was close by.
Shoot.
And he did it right in front of my mother. And he did it because of something they were going through. And that drove my mom nuts, to where my mom, the next year after my dad healed from it, my mom just left a note on the table, and she left. So she left a note, and I didn't know where she went. So my dad shot himself when I was 7. My mom left me when I was 8.
You didn't see her again?
I seen her a long time later.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Showed up out of nowhere. I'm like, okay. But that created that separation.
Yeah.
You know, to where that abandonment feeling. So the things I had to deal with and trusting my parents just took forever. That's why those tones are what healed me of that, and healed me. I'm not saying they will heal. I'm just saying I believe they healed me emotionally of that pain, and that abandonment and that trauma. And but I was going to kill myself in 1993. And I remember sitting on the stairs. I had a 357, and I pulled the handle back. And I went to go put the gun up to my temple, and the phone started ringing. And back then, you know, the voicemail would come on after 4 rings. I said, after the 4th ring, I'm going to. It kept ringing. It went past 4th, 5th, 6th. And I was like, come on, it stopped ringing. And it didn't stop.
Wow.
It got to about 10 rings. I put the hammer back down. I was like, this is crazy. I go down, I pick up the phone. It was my dad.
No way. That's incredible.
He said, what's going on with you? And
I had a feeling.
It was crazy. I said,
you had a feeling. We're all connected. It's all energy. So this is incredible.
This is a fact. He'll tell you.
Wow.
He said, I felt like something's going on with you. What's happening, boy? What are you doing?
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, well, Dad, you know, and then I told him, I started crying. He was like, you need to get down here. So he was in Florida. I was back up in Kentucky at the time.
Goosebumps all over.
So I go down with him. I'm working out, and I'm still struggling. And one of my best friends in Florida, name was Jerry. He was going through tough times too. His mom, he had crazy stuff with his parents. So one night I thought I was going to do it again, and I didn't do it. I had a friend talk me out of it. And we went out instead. And my friend Jerry said, no, I ain't going out tonight. He always went out with us. He said, I'm not going tonight. So he didn't go. So the next morning, we partied that night. I got back, got up, went and worked out. I was hitting some balls out at the field. And I saw my old high school coach walking down to the field, and he's waving at me. And I'm like, what's he doing out here? So I go walk over, and he goes, hey, Jerry killed himself this morning.
Oh.
So I was going to, and my best friend in Florida did. So one night, my dad had a cleaning business in the off season. I was cleaning carpets and I was in there, vacuuming carpets in this old HR building. It's about 110 rooms that I had to vacuum, and my dad would pay me money, so I had spending money and take care of my little necessary bills. And this is a few days after we got through with the funeral, and a few days after that, and I was sweeping in this room, and then there was a newspaper, and it was opened up, and I kid you not, Shay, it was an obituary, and my best friend's face sitting there on that floor. I'm looking at the newspaper, my best friend's face in the obituary. And I sit there and I stared at it. And I'm looking at him. It was about 60 seconds, me just staring at him. And it's just silent, late at night, about 11 o'clock at night. And I looked at that paper and I said, Jerry, I ain't going out like that. I said, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go all out. I've been going all out since that day.
Amazing.
And that's how I'm rocking in this life.
This amazing.
I tell everybody, I said, man, I was gonna kill myself. I'm playing on house money now. I'm not afraid.
Love it. I'm
going all out.
Good.
I have shit come at me. I'm sorry. I have things come at me sometimes in this world.
Yeah. Beautiful.
A lot of stuff, but I'm like, dude, if you think you're gonna intimidate me, I have governments cause me issues at times, unbelievable, for no reason, to try to bully, like they try to do a lot of people. I keep going all out.
Yeah.
I've had staff stab me in the back. I've had friends stab me in the back. I've had family stab me in the back. I've had people steal millions of dollars from me. Guess what? I'm still going all out. Out on what? I'm on all out love on people.
Yes.
I'm on all out care. I'm on all out give. And by doing that, I'll just keep being sustained, and hey, I'm gonna do it till I burn up. That's it.
No, that's amazing, incredible story, Jay. Like that's it hurts, but it's also what it has created for you, being able to change lives as well. Like you're impacting so many people all over the world because you're alive right now. Right. So that is such a blessing that your dad called and all these things happen, because
Shaheen, I think you and I need to tell the person listening to this has been thinking about suicide. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
What if you don't live? How many people could you have impacted?
Yeah.
Like, don't
take
go out
this material, take this knowledge, learn about this, study this, follow Jay, find out what this stuff is. Get out of that, because this stuff literally makes you realize the power you possess.
Yeah.
The person you really are.
Yes.
That's what it shows you. That suicide, that's not the way to go. You got ample you have superpowers within you.
What I realized is I was gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna die, just go all out. Like just max out. Go skydive or something. Go do something crazy as hell. Die that way. Don't die killing yourself.
Yeah. Man. Well, Jay, you know what? Honestly, thank you so much. It was an honor to have you on the show. Such an incredible conversation. I'm hoping that we'll stay in touch. Yeah. I really connected with you and your purpose and everything. Wherever I can help, wherever I can serve, let me know. Like keep me involved in any way. And my prayers are with you and whatever you're doing. And I wish you all the success in the world. Genuinely.
It's an honor to be here. I felt your soul, brother. I felt your spirit. I encourage everyone to stay plugged in to what this fine man is doing. You can feel his heart. You see his soul. You see his desire. It's all support what you're doing here, and I'll be here for you, brother.
Thank you so much, Jay. Have a great day.